to painting and decorating. On an outside here, and I've got these garage doors to prep. I'll give you a quick look over them and then let's get into it. They're the doors I've got to do, and they're not in very good condition. All the knots coming through, so it needs a good wash down, sand it down, sort these knots out, a bit of knotting, and then 1, 2, 3. It's into 1, 2, 3, and then undercoats over that. A few bits to fix down there, a bit of hard rot filler. The main issue with this is this garage door, this side doesn't work, the hinge has gone, rusted up, and all this is rotted, doesn't actually open at the minute, it's bouncing on that. So I'm going to take that off, dig all the rot out, hard rot filler, grease this up and stick it back, and hopefully it'll be okay, because alternatively that whole piece has got to come out to at least up there and then into the brick. So with a hard rot filler it might be okay attached to all this brick, the floor, it will be quite solid. And then obviously I've got these hinges to sort out, there's bits of rust on those. Just flaky paint. Alright then, so like I say, first off, wash it down, give it a sand over and a scrape, and then start on the knots, get them all fixed up, cut out that rot, bit of hard rot, hardener, filler, and we're getting somewhere. Quick dust off first, all the way around, get rid of all them cobwebs. Once you've dusted it off, then you can give it a wipe down. Just the wipe makes a massive difference. If you don't do this, your paint doesn't get a good enough key, even if you sand it. You know, quite a difference once you wipe it. You know. Right. Once you've washed it down, you can start scraping off the loose. And there's quite a bit of loose, you can see it there. And you're going to have to replace it with some sealant once you've done everything. And then on the door, again, it's about going round, finding any loose areas and giving them a good scrape. You do the scraping before the sanding, so you give it a good look over, scrape everything off, and you can even dig out the rots as you're going. You know, take it back to a solid area. That's not as bad as I expected. So once you've cleaned it off a little bit more, you get the liquid hard rot hardener and put that in there. Leave it a couple of hours. Get your hard rot. You get your filler on there, and then sand that down. That only takes a couple of hours, and you're ready to paint. of these bottom areas there. Yeah, it's just been faced up, that has. Let's see. It's actually been filled proper. Bit of a hole there that needs fixing. Someone's had a go in the past. Right, I'll carry on getting rid of all this loose, and then it needs a good sand down. A lot of work. I've done all the scraping out now. Not looking too bad. So the next stage is to give it all a good sand down. Gloves, dust mask, really important, especially with old paint because it could have lead in it. And then I'm using 40 grade, but this is worn a little bit, and it's perfect for this rough work. You use the rough stuff, and then you use a finer grade on your undercoat, and then your gloss is a lot smoother looking. If you just worked with rough sandpaper, it could end up looking awful. So you only use this rough stuff on the preparation side. Once you get to your undercoat and you're sanding undercoat, you use something a bit smoother. So this is P180. Perfect just for giving undercoat a light sand over. I've given that a good sand down with the 40. But what I'm going to do now is go over it again with this P180. And the reason being is any burr bits that are furred up, I'm just going to give it a light sand over to soften all the edges. You can see that what's just done there. And so any burr edges, just give it a sand over to soften the edge. Burr bits. So I've just finished that sanding with the P180. Next step is to use some of this diluted, and I'm going to do the brick and just this edge round and a bit in them bottoms, so the brick and the edge round. So I've had a good day so far. All the sanding's been done, cut out the rots, managed to free off the hinge and cut everything back, so it's all ready for the hard rot liquid. So that's dried overnight, and what I'm doing now is putting some pseudo gap filling foam in at the back and up the sides to tighten things up and to lessen the amount of hard filler I've got to put in. This is the structural bit, so that's the hard filler, and this is structural to the floor and the wall. It helps glue it all and then build it up. So while that foam is curing, I've got some wood filler and some knotting. So knotting for the knots, wood filler for all these holes. While I'm waiting for that knotting to dry, because I've decided what I'm going to do is touch up the knotting with the Zinser 123 at the same time as I'm going to do these bare patches before I fill, so then I can give it all a light sand and give it a fill. But I'm actually fixing the gutter in a minute. Got a piece of wood because it was dipping down, because that piece of wood actually goes uphill there. So I'm going to add a piece on to that so I can drop the actual gutter so it actually works instead of running out down the door. Well, the gutter's working now. Just got a drip to fix there. But it's all running nice in line now. Going really well at the minute. A lot of the preparation done. Believe it or not, that used to be the coach house, and that's where the horse lived. Anyway, I'm about to give that its final sand down and then get the hinge back on, which then I can free up and open the door. And we've got that side to finish off. It's going well. The 2-pack hardener, the 2-pack filler, really good. Goes off really quickly and you can work fast. And to get a joiner in to do all this, it costs you loads, and then you'd have to paint it anyway. You know, if you cut all the wood out and refix the wood, it costs you a lot of money. If you get a good decorator, it'll make everything last for you a lot longer. In fact, pay your decorator more money. Brilliant. Works a treat, that does. So what I did is I've put some of this copper grease inside, and it's not been open in a while, but nothing wrong with that now. Just needs a bit of grease on that top one, WD-40 or something. Should be alright, that. And now we can use his garage door. It's not been open in a while, that. Oh, and now I can fix that edge up there. And then I can actually fix that one now. So you'll probably see this as the job progresses, because I've got the rest of the house to do. I hope you enjoyed that video. That's it for this one. How to fix a hinge on a garage door with rotten wood. I'll just finish with that bit there at the back, that raised bit. That was the hayloft